Hey everybody, welcome to another Fundamental Games Kickstarter board game preview, review, kind of summary, whatever you want to call it. Either way, we're here to take a look at Tidal Blades 2, The Rise of the Enfolders, and a Cipher System RPG. It's almost at $500,000 US, almost 4,000 backers already, and still has 2 weeks to go. I think it launched just a few days ago, so a little bit of a short campaign, I think 18 days. I'm just going to share 5 things that I like about the campaign. I mean, you can see the visuals of the video right now as it goes through, and that kind of presents the first thing I really like about this campaign is the art, theme, and characters are all so vibrant and colorful, unique style. It's very reminiscent of an old Final Fantasy game where you if you think of Waka and Luna and Tidus, I think were the main characters in that Final Fantasy game. It's very reminiscent of that kind of epic world. And if you scroll through the campaign, you see the colors really stand out. It's a very coastal world with kind of amphibious characters involved in it, and just looks absolutely gorgeous. So that's the first thing I like about it is the world really reaches out to you, and you can see it in every aspect of the game. The theme and the characters and the art style all really, really shine. Second thing I like is that this is a standalone sequel. So it is called Tidal Blades Rise of the Enfolders. It's not called Tidal Blades 2 because it's not technically an expansion. It's a whole different board game. So their first game by Druid City Games in the Tidal Blades series was called Heroes of the Reef. And this is a much different style of game. I think it's a bit more competitive and has a whole different style to it with dice rolling and whatnot. But in Tidal Blades 2, it's more of a explorative kind of cooperative game from what I could see, and you're working together to embark on missions through these storybooks. So an entirely different kind of board game, and it's neat when a company can do that. They can take a theme in a world that they've really had some success with. I mean, this campaign that they first launched had almost $800,000 raised and 8,000 backers, and right now this game should easily come close to that, if not surpass it. So standalone sequel, I really like that as a way to stay in the world that they've already built, keep using the artist, and kind of rely on original backers, but bring in new backers that might like this style of game versus the other game that they'd already had. Third thing I like is that they introduced a role-playing game that ties in with this world. So it's a 400-page rule book using art probably from the first game and the second game, plus art specifically designed for the RPG book. And it allows people to really learn more about the lore of this world of Naviri and play in a role-playing setting using a cipher system. So that's really neat that you could go beyond the board games and into the world, making your own stories and your own adventures. The fourth thing I like about it is the component quality looks absolutely stunning. So if we look at Rise of the Enfolders, you look at these character boards kind of with a plastic tray, cardboard underlay, so it's set in, your pieces won't slide around. You have all kinds of neat things in there. Let's just take a look at this. The Nexus grid, you slide cards in there, and in the way that you form them can create combinations of powers. So that's really neat. You have a dynamic progression board that you can mark off with a dry erase marker. So all the components, very high quality. You can see here that dual layered board, wooden trackers, the goal cards, the hero sheets, the map books with the coils. Those are really cool how they work together to create different maps with different pages. Beautiful artwork again. And just everything in the game just looks stunning. And it does come with standees that have that beautiful artwork on them. And I find standees, the color always shines more than the gray resin minis. But that brings me to my fifth point, is that if you like minis and you like to paint minis, or you just like gray minis, you have the option to purchase the miniature set separately. And this is something many Kickstarters are asked to do but don't, and really cool on Druid City Games for trying it out, where the board game itself is standees, but you can buy the mini set that allows you to get special resources, silver shells, and Miron fruits. You can get minis of the heroes, minis of the non-player characters, and then of course minis of the creatures that you might fight. Oversized bosses included, which is really, really cool. And they look amazing. If you could paint these or have someone paint them, If that's in your budget, these would look absolutely fantastic on those maps and playing the game. Great for pictures, great for just visualizing yourself in the world. And these minis could be used in the role-playing game as well. So that's the fifth thing I like, is that you have that minis option, but you don't have to get the minis to buy the game, unlike some of the games that are out there where you can't get the game unless you pay for the minis. So there you have it. That is Tidal Blades 2, Rise of the Unfolders. Again, it's called Tidal Blades 2, but it's not a true expansion because you don't need the base game to play it. It's a whole different game. Live now on Kickstarter for 2 weeks. Check it out. See what Druid City Games has to offer. As always, thanks for watching and have a great day.